What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to show you guys how to make Milanesa, which is, the Mexican version of chicken fried steak. But the way we do it, we don't do thick cuts. We do thin cuts like this right here. This is Milanesa, and it's beef top round, and it's cut extra thin. And then some of the things what you need is a little mallet. If you don't have a mallet, you can find, I used to use a metal spatula, and that's what I would pound it with. I would put some plastic and I would pound it with the metal, the heaviest spatula that you have. Some tongs, a knife, and then you need several bowls here. This is gonna be for the actual breading, which the breading I'm gonna use, I usually use just any breadcrumbs, but I like the Italian style. Doesn't matter which brand, but I like these Italian style breadcrumbs. And to that, I also like to add some of this, the chicken bouillon that I like to use. I like to throw some in the breadcrumbs. Some eggs and some all-purpose flour. Let me go back. So it's gonna be for the breadcrumbs. It's gonna be for my eggs. It's gonna be for my flour. And I don't want to hammer the meat out right on a table or any surface. Might mess it up. So I got this old piece of cutting board here, and that's what I use to beat the meat. If you get it, you get it. Alright, we'll start off. So what I like to do is I like to cut it in half, because smaller portions you make more and not everybody eats the whole thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and slice this in half. And obviously you're gonna want like this way, not longwise. You get it. So we'll cut that. All right. So that's cut. We'll set that aside. Put some flour in this one. I'll put a little bit, and then as I add meat little by little, I'll just add some on top and mix it up. And then we're going to do our eggs. I have 5 here, but I usually miscalculate how many eggs I need, so you might just want to do it as you go. But I'll just do the 5, and it won't get wasted, because at the end I'll just, whatever's left of the egg, I'll fry it up and dogs will eat it or something. So you just take just mix your eggs up. And then for this one, for the breadcrumbs, this stuff is not that expensive, so I'll just use all of it. And you can see the Italian one, it's got like these, it's like a little bit spiced up already. It's got some herbs and goodies. So I'll add that in, along with our chicken bouillon. Just a little dusting will work. Oh, that's all. And we'll just mix that up. You don't want to add too much of that chicken bouillon because it is pretty salty. That's used to make chicken stock, so you don't want to add too much in there to make it super salty. Alright, got that mixed up. And since I have everything ready, I'm going to go ahead and start heating up my oil. Put it on medium high-ish. That oil in there. Medium high. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and keep one hand for the wet ingredients and one hand for the dry. Doesn't always work, but I'll try my best. So if you have one of these fancy things here, you might want to use this one. It's called a meat tenderizer, food mallet, whatever you're going to call it, but use it too. And you can see I've made it bigger and thinner. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make this thin. Oh. Alright. I'm just going to show you with the first one, and then we'll do the rest probably in a time lapse. Okay, so you take your meat. We'll throw it into our all-purpose flour here. We'll do the egg wash. Remember, dry, wet. Just dip it in there. Throw it into our crumbs. Spread it a little bit with your wet hand, and then with the dry hand, you can just throw some on top, or you can just shake it and flip it and get all fancy with it. But okay, once it's dry, you can flip it over. Just make sure it's all covered. And we'll set it aside. I'm gonna get a plate and I'm gonna start stacking up the ones I already made, or that I have ready, while that oil gets hot. So we'll put this over here. Alright guys, now that I beat my meat, if you get it, my oil should be right where I want it, and I'm going to get another. Now this one here, I'm going to put in some paper towels, that way drain the excess oil. So let me go ahead and do that. Now the oil, you just want it to a point where it doesn't smoke. If your oil starts smoking, turn it down. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in this first one. That's exactly what we want right there. It's not too hot to where it didn't sizzle, and it's not too cold to where it's gonna soak up all the oil. It won't take too long, maybe a minute or two on each side. Maybe even less than that. It's coming out real quick. Right there, how my oil got really aggressive right there. It started throwing stuff at me. Turn it down just a little bit. So right there, it's nice and crispy. That's how you want it right there. Not burned, but just crispy. Once we leave it in that plate over there with the paper towels, it'll crisp up a little bit more. But that's what you want right there. And we'll just line them up. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get through this, and then you'll see me work here and there, and big chaos is gonna happen right now. So let's do that right now. And for those of you who have been watching my videos, today I made white rice. White rice, but it's not totally like white rice. I added some of that chicken bouillon, so it's white chicken rice, I guess you would call it. Throw the onion in there to give it some flavor. But if you guys want to know how to make that rice, the easy rice, just go ahead and click on my other videos, and you can see it there. Easy rice recipe. And you can see it. Nice and fluffy. Fluff it up. Got some good rice to go with our Milanesa here. Now I don't know if you can see it really good on camera, but that's what you're trying to go for, just that golden brown on both sides, and you're good to go. Alright guys, so I'm back, and I went ahead and served myself some of that white rice. And then here are the Milanesa. I'm gonna take one out so you can see it. Look at that right there. And when you do it at home and you get the thin steak, that's exactly how it should be. Because you know, I've gone to places and gotten like a Milanesa torta, and you'll take a bite and you'll bring all the, like, the whole meat, and it's chewy. But the reason I pound it like that is, look at that. You can just tear it apart with your fingers, no problem. Or if you're even able to take a spoon and you can cut it with a spoon. That's how tender it's gonna be, since it's thin and pounded out. So there you guys have it. We're gonna heat up some tortillas right now and get some avocado and throw it on there. Have yourself a good meal right there. So there you guys have it. Remember, any recipes or anything you would like me to show you or learn with you, at least, you know, then go ahead and let me know. And that's about it. All right, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, get updates. Currently, next video I'm gonna do, we got a toy hauler RV, so be on the lookout for that. And that's pretty much it. All right, have a good day.